Welcome to the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show on Superstar Country 93.1 The Wolf and WMOB Radio. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Upper River Road, and Gallipolis. Now here's WJEH WMOB Sports Director Michael Sussman.
Good evening. This is Michael Sussman joining you live from Buffalo Wild Wings and Gallipolis for the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show. We do a little hot stove tonight talking high school softball as we're in the fall months. We got Coach Wes Riffle of the Wahama White Falcons, the state runners-up. How are we?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Michael?
Doing great, doing great. So what's this time of year like for a softball coach? What are you focusing on?
Right now just kind of finishing up, tying down the schedule. I think we got everything finalized, ready to go. Just doing some last-minute prep work on the field. We got some new diamond dust on it the other night, so that's pretty exciting. Get a new playing surface on it. So right now, as a coach, spending a lot of time with family because come springtime, that doesn't happen a whole lot. So just kind of soaking up time with them right now.
You talk about some of the things going on at the field, the diamond dust. What goes into that process? Because it looked like just a gigantic truckload at the watering hole there.
With it, there's really just not much to it. We had, kind of like a crushed brick type material Coach Noble and then brought in and really made the field look pretty nice. And over a while, that kind of breaks down, so we needed a new layer to go with. So I talked with a former coach of mine who's Coach Stewart out of Eastern, and he had recommended that. So went ahead and got that on the field, and it looks pretty good. So it's kind of settling in right now.
So what would be your advice to a softball player this time of year? We don't live in Florida, South Carolina. You can't play year-round. What can you do?
Right now is just staying active. Small school. I encourage girls to play all sports. A small school like ours, your athletes playing all of them. When this past season ended, I told them, hey, play summer ball, play your fall ball, whatever. But if your next sport's volleyball, get ready for it. If your next sport's basketball, go get ready for it, because other sports like that can, teach you things, prepare you mentally, physically, a little different than what softball can. I think we've seen that last year with quite a few of our athletes making plays that a normal softball player wouldn't make. Right now, just encourage girls to stay active and, just kind of hone in on other skills and, just kind of help their school succeed in other things.
Talking to Coach Wes Riffle. So personally for you, you were a baseball guy. I've seen your fungo skills. You have some pretty good ability there. When were you first introduced to softball and go down the coaching road?
I've always kind of wanted to coach. Of course, playing ball in school, and I thought baseball would eventually be it. But when we moved over to the area, I started coaching basketball. I was asked by Leonard King, who's part of the Boosters, the coach, and stepped into that. And then he talked about, hey, they need a junior high softball coach. So doing two sports at once, it's like, I don't know how this would go. So got my foot in the door and really enjoyed it. And talked to Coach Noble when he was talking about moving on to other things, and just kind of stepped right in, and I enjoy it. Wahama Softball is a special program.
Coach, you graduate the 7 seniors from last year, decorated crew, all-staters all over the place. What did they mean to you?
I had those girls every year but one since junior high, other than their 6th grade year technically. Those girls were family. They always will be. So missing those girls will, I don't know, it's going to be weird writing down a lineup card and, not having Kate Reynolds, Alyssa Hoffman, Zoe Mays, those girls on that list anymore. It's going to feel different, but, they were a big part of the program, and, they're all doing their own thing now, and it's time for us to just kind of not so much rebuild, but reload.
Talking to White Falcon head softball coach Wes Riffle, looking at some of the returners that you do have. Audrey Reynolds, a first-team All-Stater. We'll talk to her in a little bit. Hit over 500, 15 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs, just as a sophomore. Kind of tell fans about Audrey and what she can do.
She brings all kinds of different skills to the table. She's got the quickness on the bases. If she's on first, chances are she can be on second pretty quickly. As you can see this past year, she hit for power a little bit. I think the first home run surprised her, but the next few after that, I think, felt a little more natural to her. But if she gets a gap shot, she's on 2. She might be on 3. So offensively, she brings a lot of speed, has that little burst of power, and then defensively, she can get to just about anything. She's wound up trying to possibly make a transition from right field to center this year because we lost 2 outfielders, so we'll maybe have to think about putting a veteran outfielder in center to maybe hold down the corners as well.
How much work is that going to take? Because it was the best defensive outfield in the state the last couple seasons.
You know, I agree with that statement. I really think, honestly, we probably had the best defensive outfield as far as arm strength, speed. You know, I like what our junior high program has. You know, they do a good job preparing our girls for, you know, what's to come at the high school levels. So, you know, we have a freshman moving in next year that she'll compete for a spot out there. You know, Audrey is, you know, I hate to say anybody's a shoe-in to play anything right now because you're always competing for position. You know, Audrey will probably, you know, make the move to center field. And then we got a few girls that can play a little bit of right field too. So we have plenty of options. The big thing is not so much trying to really replicate what we had. That was a special group. You know, Peyton, I mean, next level speed. That's hard to replace. Kate made some insane, crazy catches last year in left field, sometimes hitting the wall. I mean, it's tough to replace. So I really don't want to focus on so much about replacing them as much as just kind of, you know, just kind of filling in where we're at and just having girls, you know, do their thing in the outfield.
Fiona Van Meter, as a junior last year, was the Van Monster. 5 homers, 40 RBIs. What did you see in her season, particularly offensively?
You know, Fiona, she's aggressive at the plate. I mean, if it's close, she's going to try to put a bat on it. You're talking about a kid that, you know, fought some illness there toward the end of toward the season and, you know, in the tournament, and still, you know, stuck it out, came up big time plays and big time hits. So, you know, we're excited to have her back. You know, she's a senior. Seems like she's been in the program for, I mean, forever. It seems like. I mean, I think teams will be glad to know that she's going to be a senior this year. They don't have to see her after this year, but. You know, great kid, you know, great defensive player, good offensive player. She's got it all.
Talking to White Falcon head softball coach Wes Riffle, and then Marley Carr, Mary Brinker, a couple of infielders coming back as well. We'll talk to them too.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Michael.
Well, no, we'll keep it here for now. I was just saying, with Brinker, with Carr, what do they bring to the table?
You know, Marley, you know, did really well at second last year. You know, she had a little bit of growing pains here and there, but you know, just kind of to expect out of a young sophomore. But as the season went on, I thought she kind of settled in, made some good plays. You know, Mary held down the corner pretty well, pretty good as well. Mary's that kind of player where you can kind of bounce her around a little bit. I hate to say she's kind of just a third baseman, or you can put her anywhere. I mean, in practice, we've had her at first, we've had her in the outfield, we've had her at third. I mean, she can play just about anywhere. She's really kind of your Swiss Army tool of kind of traits.
So what are a couple of games that you look at on the schedule this year that are potentially intriguing to some fans that you might have circled?
Yeah, I mean, always Gilmer. I mean, that's that's going to be our biggest competition in our part of the LKC and also in part of the region. They're going to be our biggest. Them and Tug are going to be the two when it comes to the region. But we don't have Tug on the regular season schedule. We got Gilmer, and that's always a battle. I mean, those games last year they were all close. We kept Herbert Hoover and St. Albans on the schedule. You're talking about a AAA semi or a AAA runner-up and a Quad A semifinalist. I mean, we added Parkersburg, we got Huntington back on there. But yeah, right out of the gate, we opened with Herbert Hoover. So it's kind of throwing the fire, on the road at Herbert Hoover. So just trying to take, games, one game at a time. But, I hate to say we have one any more than the other, but probably the most meaningful game is definitely Gilmer.
Last year, you had the LKC title game at the Sue Morris Complex. You knock off St. Mary's, a 10-inning thriller during the World Series the other night. It kind of reminded me of it. Have you ever coached in a game like that one?
No. Just that game was going to come down to, whoever's just going to have the last at bat, whoever's going to make the, whoever's not going to make the mistake. Both defenses showed up to play. Pitchers, I mean, you had two great pitchers in Callie Masters and, of course, Alyssa, two different kind of pitchers. Alyssa's more of a finesse pitcher. She's going to get those weak grounders, those pop-ups. Callie's going to blow up by on the outside corner. So we knew what we had coming in with her. It was just a matter of just making plays on defense, and we knew eventually in that game if we could kind of get her pitch count up, get her later in the game, it would just be a matter of time. So, luckily we did that. Came away with a 1-0 win. That was an exciting game, kind of a emotional relief when things were finished. That bus ride home was nice.
Coach Wes Riffle going into his fourth season. What do you think's been the toughest part about being a head coach?
Oh man, toughest part about being a head coach. Where to begin? you know, when things go, especially when things go wrong, it comes back at you. Things go right. I mean, I credit my players for everything. You don't have state championships, you don't have league titles, you don't have any of that without great players. So, and we've been lucky to have that the past 3 years as far as coaching for me, and 2 years before that, during the Mikey Amber era with Emma Knapp, and so it's. I don't know. I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of pressure, really. Just you go out and do what you can, and just try to put your girls in the best position to succeed.
Talk about Mikey Living at OU playing ball, Alyssa Hoffman going to West Virginia State. What's it feel like when your players do make it at the next level?
It's fun, because I still keep up with them. I watch Mikey's progress. I keep up with Amber's as well, and I've talked to Alyssa a couple times here and there about how things are going at state. So it's kind of fun to kind of see them want to continue to carry on a softball career and get their education at the same time. That's huge, and that's something I've always told my girls. Like, hey, it's great to play ball at the next level, but ball's only going to be there for another 4 years. I mean, you want to go somewhere and play where you can study what you want to do for the rest of your life as well. I got a couple girls on this year's current team that, I think that's part of their goals, is to move on and play at the next level as well. So, from a coaching standpoint, we'll do everything we can to try to help kind of improve their skill sets and whatnot. But it's kind of nice to watch girls kind of carry on their career after high school.
And who do you got on the coaching staff with you?
So Keith Reynolds is coming back to help out, and then Todd will not be back this year. Todd Kitchen, he's stepping away, be with family and that kind of thing. And Todd was a great assistant coach. I loved having him around. Brought a lot of knowledge to the team, and brought a lot of laughs too. It was a good time with Todd, whether it be the bus rides or practices or even in the middle of the game. You didn't know what to expect with him. So, I'm going to miss him, but. To replace him, we brought on Coach Lori Zussman. So you're talking about somebody who has been involved in Wahama athletics for essentially her whole life, a great athlete herself. It's nice to, even bring on a female into the coaching staff. That way, the girls kind of relate with her and that kind of thing. So I'm very excited to have her on. She brings a wealth of knowledge, a lot of coaching experience, and I think she's going to be great for this program.
That's Wes Riffle on the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show. We're inside of Buffalo Wild Wings in Gallipolis. We'll take a break. When we come back, we talk to Audrey Reynolds after this.
Cool. Thanks, Michael.
What's your favorite sauce?
Can't ask me that.
It's like asking someone who their favorite kid is.
So you're saying you love all 26 of your little babies equally?
Yes, but only that sweet, sweet honey barbecue is going to private school.
I knew you had a favorite. Can I have a wing?
Nope.
Education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success. And we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Hey, Gallipolis, big news. Football is back, and so is Pick 6 for $19.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the ultimate meal for two with 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks. Pick 6 meal for 2 is available at participating locations for a limited time only. Pricing may vary by region. See server for details. Taxes and fees extra, not valid with any other discount or offers. And we're back to it on the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show, live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Gallipolis. This is Michael Sussman here with you as we've got the White Falcon softball team in the house, and we're joined by outfielder Audrey Reynolds. Audrey, how are we tonight?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. So this time of year, from a softball standpoint, what are you working on?
Mainly outfielding, and especially hitting, because that's one of those things that get us to where we are, and especially last year during the state championship, our batting lineup was key to where we got.
What was it like to be a part of a ride like that, to play with those 7 seniors and to make it all the way to the state championship?
It was a blessing, because there's not very many kids out there who can experience something like that, going into a state championship the whole state in single A. It was really, really fun and exciting.
And it had to be cool to get to share it with your sister Kate to play for those 2 seasons.
It was great. For the time that it lasted, it brought us really close together, as well as many other teammates.
Talking to Audrey Reynolds. So last year, first team All-Stater. You hit .516 and hit for some power, a few home runs. What clicked for you? What do you think you got better at?
Mainly picking out the pitches for me throughout the season, like figuring out what pitch is your pitch, honestly. If the pitcher gives it to you, then honestly that's just the one you need. You have to be really selective up at the plate and deciding which pitch and then taking it where it needs to go, like outside. For me, left-handed, it's going down the left side field. Inside, it needs to go right side. So being very selective and understanding how and where the ball's going to go, and that's where, yeah.
What's your favorite pitch? Say it's 2-0 count, 3-1. What is the one that your eyes are lighting up?
2-0 count, and I'd say slightly on the outside, but mainly towards the middle, a little bit outside, and then taking it left center.
Talking to Audrey Reynolds. So from a travel ball standpoint, who do you play for there? What's your summer calendar like?
So I actually have a tournament this weekend in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and I play for Ohio Mojo, but we're based out of Campbellsville, Kentucky, and we travel mainly in the Kentucky area, and we look at all those colleges, and this week we have a big lineup set for this town, for this week in Elizabethtown.
What's your dream college? If you could play anywhere in the nation, where would you go?
Honestly, I'd like to stay somewhere close, so even somewhere like Marshall for softball, and even maybe like a smaller school if that's needed. Staying close is important, considering I've built such like a good family with even in the softball community. It's nice to stay around close to people.
Talking to Audrey Reynolds here inside of Buffalo Wild Wings in Gallipolis, probably making the transition over to center field. How do you feel about that? Are you comfortable there? Just talk a little bit about switching.
So I'm really excited. I feel like throughout all the years that I've been playing softball, center field and outfield as a whole has been my position, and at least during travel ball I play center a lot, primarily center, and I feel like it's going to be an easy transition moving to center field, because it's you're the leader of the outfield, and taking that spot is going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting, and I feel like it's going to grow me to the outfielder I need to be.
Audrey, got a few changes to the team this season, of course, with a big senior class graduating. What will it take for you all to get back to the state tournament and to kind of maximize what this group is capable of?
I just really need to have all the older people, the seniors, the juniors, the upperclassmen, to mesh together with the younger group, because I know this younger group has a lot of potential. When I was in 8th grade and the freshmen now, they were 7th graders or 6th graders. There was a lot of potential then, and I know they've definitely grown from the season that they just had. And I feel like if we all just come together and work as a team, then we can go really far.
That's Audrey Reynolds on the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
We'll step away for a break. When we come back, we're joined by Mary Brinker.
Favorite sauce?
Can't ask me that. It's like asking someone who their favorite kid is.
So you're saying that you love all 26 of your little babies equally?
Yes, but only that sweet, sweet honey barbecue is going to private school.
I knew you had a favorite. Can I have a wing?
Nope.
Don't lose your way, keep digging, keep striving day after day. In the garden we find our strength, our core, keep growing through it all. Growing through it all. Growing through it all.
Hey, Gallipolis, big news. Football is back, and so is Pick 6 for $19.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the ultimate meal for two with 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks. Pick 6 meal for 2 is available at participating locations for a limited time only. Pricing may vary by region. See server for details. Taxes and fees extra, not valid with any other discount or offers. And we're back to it on the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show inside of Buffalo Wild Wings in Gallipolis. We've got White Falcon third baseman Mary Brinker with us. Mary, how we doing?
I'm doing good.
So glad to be joined. We're down the stretch of volleyball season at the moment. How's that year going? And just which one's your favorite, softball or volleyball?
Oh, probably volleyball, but I like softball too.
All right, fair enough. What do you look forward to the most about going into your senior softball season?
I'm excited to be able to move into a leadership role, I think, and also to have some new players coming up. I think that'll be fun to have some new teammates because I've been playing with those girls for a long time, last year's seniors.
What did you learn from them? Obviously, so much talent on that group between Hoffman, Stats. What did they teach you about leadership and just about softball in general?
They taught me a lot. They showed me a lot of how having a good relationship with your teammates really makes a difference, I think. I don't know.
That's good enough as we're joined by Mary Brinker on the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show. Last year you win the Little Kanawha Conference in a 10-inning thriller. What do you remember from that game?
Not much. It was kind of a fever dream, but I remember it starting to pour the rain as soon as it ended, and it was down to the wire. Definitely one of the most stressful games we've played.
Yeah, that was a wild one. We were on the air for about 2.5 hours. Got out of there extremely late as we talked to Mary Brinker. What do you want to work on the most going into next season?
Myself, I want to work on my hitting and also my fielding and stuff like that.
What's the key to playing third base? That's a tough position there. It gets on you quick.
Staying on your toes, being able to make a good throw, and also, stuff like that. And
what do you think's the best moment so far of your high school career, the best memory?
Even though we lost the state championship game, I really enjoyed playing in it, and afterwards, seeing everyone's faces and just kind of realizing how everything panned out, and it was a good experience. It was fun to be able to experience that with my friends that I'd been with for so long. So I feel like the state tournament was probably my favorite last year's.
Talk a little bit about that closeness. You guys really tight on the field, off the field?
Yeah, we had really good chemistry, and I think that's something we're going to have to work on this year is building a whole new team pretty much. So we'll have to work on our chemistry and stuff, but it'll just be different. I don't know.
As we're joined by Mary Brinker, one game I remember that stands out was at Ritchie County a couple of years ago, and you get put into the lineup and hit a big home run, I think to tie the game. What do you remember from that swing?
It was right down the middle, and I don't know, I just swung. It didn't feel any different, really. It just went over, and I was like, oh, my gosh.
As we got Marley Carr coming up in the next segment. Really appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll step away. We're back after this on the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show.
Favorite sauce?
Can't ask me that. It's like asking someone who their favorite kid is.
So you're saying you love all 26 of your little babies equally?
Yes, but only that sweet, sweet honey barbecue is going to private school.
I knew you had a favorite. Can I have a wing?
Nope.
Begins with water. From our cool mountain springs to the winding streams working their way through the hills and into our rivers. Just like water, progress starts small, with a vision, a plan, and an impactful project. Because when we invest in the foundation, we build stronger communities. The Thrasher Group. Building stronger communities together with you.
Hey, Hey, Gallipolis, big news. Football is back, and so is Pick 6 for $19.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the ultimate meal for two with 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks. Pick 6 meal for 2 is available at participating locations for a limited time only. Pricing may vary by region. See server for details. Taxes and fees extra, not valid with any other discount or offers.
Romance scams are more common than you might think, and they can impact both your heart and your finances. Scammers often build trust online, creating a connection before asking for money. At Farmers Bank, we're here to help you stay informed and alert. Remember, a genuine relationship doesn't come with a price tag. Protect your personal and financial information, and don't let emotions cloud your judgment. Stay safe, protect your wallet, and guard your heart. Farmers Bank. We care about you and your well-being. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
To upgrade your home with a comfortable new setup, stop by Main Street Furniture and Flooring in Middleport. Main Street Furniture and Flooring offers a wide selection of premium sofas, recliners, mattresses, and more. And if you're looking to renovate from the ground up, Main Street sells and installs quality carpet and flooring products. Call 740-691-5125 for more information. Main Street Furniture and Flooring in Middleport. Also a proud supporter of Wahama High School sports.
And we're back to it on the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show inside of Buffalo Wild Wings in Gallipolis. We're joined by infielder Marley Carr. Glad you could join us. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing wonderfully. So what was it like last season to make it to the state tournament and just to get to be a part of the White Falcon team?
It was a crazy experience, switching schools and all that. It was kind of scary, but we made it far, and it was a good change for me because I got to meet new friends and experience things that I probably wouldn't have got to if I didn't make the switch.
So you're an excellent second baseman, .812 fielding percentage on the season. How much do you work on fielding? What all goes into that?
I play travel, but I also do lessons, so I'm usually in somewhere doing something to get better.
Talk about that infield last season. What's it like when you've got Zoe Mays, Mary Brinker at third base, Kaylin Christian at shortstop? Talk about that group.
I mean, it was hard to get anything past us. We were pretty solid, and they were all my best friends, so it was hard losing them, but we were a good team together.
So what are you working on the most going into next season?
Probably my batting. I've been working a lot on that. Hopefully I can get my average up.
What kind of hitter are you? Where are you trying to drive the ball? What type of pitch are you looking for?
I like outside pitch now. I didn't at first, but I do now. And I'm usually a contact hitter. I'm not really going to be hitting one over, but as long as I can make contact, I'm good.
With Coach Riffle and Coach Todd last year, how do they kind of keep things loose, keep things fun, and help you become a better player?
Well, Wes always goofs around. He's my uncle, so I've known him for a while, but he helped me a lot make that switch easier for me, and I loved having Todd. Todd was always nice to me, always cracking jokes, and it wasn't always serious all the time. We had some fun instead of just always being at it.
Who's the funniest player on the team?
It was Zoe, by far. I'm going to miss her.
All right, who takes over this season?
I would say Fiona. Fiona's going to have to step up and be our leader because she's one of our seniors, and we lost a lot. So.
How about this? Who's the most likely to get yelled at by Coach Riffle?
Me. Really? I would say.
What's he say? What's a Coach Riffle chew out sound like?
I don't know. One time I got yelled at because I stole when he told me not to.
Were you safe?
Yes, I was.
Okay, well, that's all that matters. Coach, like that one as we're joined here. Do you have any superstitions, anything that you have to do before a game?
Not really. I just stick to, routine of what all the team does, but that's really all there is.
How about this one? Whenever I'm, at a softball or baseball game, I got to get hot dog, chili and slaw, and a blue Gatorade. What's your concession stand move if you're at a tournament?
I would say nachos and a blue Gatorade.
All right. It's something about the blue Gatorade. I don't know what it is. What's the best softball memory of your life?
Probably winning the sectional championship. That was a tough game. I mean, we fought back and forth the whole time. It came to the last inning, and we were down by 2, so we had to get it or we were out, and I didn't really want to lose that team, and we fought back and we won it. So
that was a wild back and forth there with Gilmer.
Yeah.
What do you think it'll take with some new pieces this season to get just back in the mix, to give yourself a chance to get to state?
Well, we do have 2 pitchers coming up with 2 we already had, so I feel like that'll help, and we'll have a solid defense as well as offense, so I think we'll do pretty good.
That is Marley Carr. Thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll take you home with some programming notes after this. It's the Mid-Ohio Valley Tailgate Show.
What we do here is more than just a job. We make a lasting impact every day. The architecture, engineering, and field services professionals at Thrasher are providing the know-how to make projects successful. Whether you're just starting out or looking to advance, you'll find career paths that align with your goals and a company that's committed to your growth. At Thrasher, it's more than just another day on the job. It's the foundation for a better tomorrow.
Ask me that. It's like asking someone who their favorite kid is.
So you're saying that you love all 26 of your little babies equally?
Yes, but only that sweet, sweet honey barbecue is going to private school.
I knew you had a favorite. Can I have a wing?
Nope.
At Rio, your education is personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you are a part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. There's new energy at Rio, with fresh traditions and opportunities taking shape every day. Discover what's possible at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success. Learn more at rio.edu. That's rio.edu.
We're closing out here at B-Dubs. A big thank you to Coach Wes Riffle, as well as Audrey Reynolds, Mary Brinker, and Marley Carr for coming on out to the show tonight. We've got Friday Night Lights tomorrow. Wahama playing host to Gilmer County at 7 o'clock. We'll have that on our WJAH Facebook page, the one that you're watching currently, and then over the airwaves on 93.1 FM. The Ravenswood Red Devils take on Ritchie County and Flynn Field at Spano Taylor Stadium. That's a 7:30 kickoff, a Tom Hunter special on WMOV 1360 AM, 106.9 and 93.5 FM. We appreciate Tom Sussman as well for operating the camera and the production. This has been Michael Sussman. Have a wonderful evening.